crowd here at the Carolina Sports Arena, firmly behind CWF Mid-Atlantic's own Xsiris, representing the state of Virginia, taking on Nate Mattson, representing Michigan. And it is my honor to be joined at this time by the Extreme Horseman, Mr. C.W. Anderson, once again.
I'm so glad to be back and so glad to be commentating this match. You know, great friend of mine who's been watching professional wrestling all his life, his name's Alex Washington, is a big fan of this guy's right here in Xsiris.
That's exactly right. Xsiris has a lot of fans all over the Mid-Atlantic region. Nate Mattson came into this tournament last night out of Michigan, representing UCW.
Relatively unknown. I've heard a lot of things about this guy, Nate Mattson. Actually
defeated Ricky Landell on the same event that Steve Carino won the World Championship at.
Yes, absolutely. That shows a lot that, you know, somebody trained by Steve Carino, and this guy, Nate Mattson, again, a virtually unknown, was able to sneak by. Ooh, what a stiff right hand.
Big shot from Xsiris. Last night with Gregory Versetti, we saw Xsiris try to start fast and furious. He looks to be taking the same tactic tonight, but Nate Mattson looks to be a little more ready for it.
Big press, Fez dive. Nate Mattson is not screwing around. He's coming in here. He wants one thing, and that is that title.
That's exactly right. The field of 23 has narrowed considerably. Only 2 spots remain in the semifinals. Big shot takes Xsiris down.
Quick cover. A little bit too early in the match. Xsiris is not going to be pinned that easily. Xsiris, as you know, veteran of CWF, and he's been around the Carolinas for a few years, and I know this guy quite well, so it's going to take a lot for Nate Mattson to pin Xsiris tonight.
Also over in a big, catches him on a cross body, up, and Xsiris drops him on his face, a patented maneuver of Xsiris's. Someone you know very well, Lodi, took Xsiris under his wing in a fellow promotion here in the Carolinas.
Lodi is a good friend of mine. He sees something in this guy, Xsiris, and Lodi has a good eye for talent.
Nate Mattson, as we talked about last night, trained by Scott Demore and also Irish Beaky Doyle. Mattson would later go on to train Chris Sabin at Demore's camp. And Mattson is a former tag team partner of the Hussman Jimmy Jacobs, so he's used to being around strange people.
You've done your homework.
I try. Big cover from Xsiris, only gets 2. I got to agree with what you said. In a quarterfinal round of an international tournament like this, to go for covers in the first couple minutes of a match, maybe looking just to make your opponent waste that amount of energy to kick out, but I don't think you're anticipating a 3 count this early in the bout.
But you never know. Guys may be falling asleep. You always try to go for the win while you're in these matches.
Big time.
Nice. Sky high.
Sky high. Whoa, only gets 2. Katie Kincaid was right there, but Xsiris kicks out at 2.
Katie Kincaid, what a phenomenal referee she is.
She has really come along in the last couple of years in the Mid-Atlantic region.
Guys have to step it up. They want to catch up with her. She's like one of the best around.
That's exactly right.
European uppercut.
And Xsiris is seeing stars in the Carolina Sports Arena right now. Big shot from Nate Mattson right in the corner. Xsiris trained at the camp of the Boogie Woogie man Jimmy Valiant, so he's used to being around strange and unusual people as well.
Absolutely, every day.
Was physically trained by Sean Christian and Bad News Johnston at the camp. Big shot from Nate Mattson. Mattson looks to be bringing the heavy artillery and is looking maybe to go for a KO in this thing.
For these guys of the junior status, they are
big time tornado DDT. Like you said, spiked him right on the head.
These guys are bringing out the heavy lumber tonight. They've been watching some heavyweights go at it. These guys want the belts. There's nobody playing around tonight.
That's exactly right. This is it, the second night of the tournament. Mattson.
It's all a broke. They can rest the rest of the week.
That's exactly right. Mattson picking Xsiris up. Xsiris with a shot to the gut. And another one.
Nice left hand.
Xsiris, I think, just trying to stun Mattson enough so he can get his bearings back.
Get his wind back. You can start thinking about another nice head chop.
Xsiris not being able to put together many offensive maneuvers, just a couple of strikes, like you said, to try to get his bearings back. Big.
Right to the jaw.
Almost like Masato Tanaka charging into that buckle.
Nate's been doing his homework. Seems like he's been watching the Japanese film of 01 Max.
That's exactly right. And of course, the representative from 01 Max, Ricky Landell, still alive in this tournament. Almost like a cobra, a camel clutch, but he's got the arms over the forehead.
Crossface.
Almost like a crossface, exactly. And now he's hooking the arms to make it.
To a half camel clutch.
A half camel clutch. Xsiris, the pain wrenched on his face. Katie Kincaid right there to ask if Xsiris wants to give it up or not. Crowd starting to rally behind Xsiris. One of the most decorated wrestlers in CWF Mid-Atlantic is Xsiris.
One of the most popular.
That's exactly right. Xsiris in 2003 became the only man in CWF Mid-Atlantic to ever hold 2 championships simultaneously, holding the Rising Generation League belt and the Cruiserweight belt. Big drop kick from Mattson. Xsiris awful close to the ropes.
Not hooking the leg. Another mistake by these young guys.
Xsiris wastes the energy to kick out rather than just going for the ropes. Maybe Xsiris doesn't quite know where he is in this ring, and that could hamper him tremendously. Wow, what a neck breaker. Turns
alive and kicking.
Turns Xsiris inside out.
Hook the leg.
Once again, just like you said, Mattson neglects to hook that leg.
Yeah. Second night here we've been doing commentary. We've seen a lot of mistakes by these young guys by not hooking the leg.
Just like we saw with Crazy K, a sunset flip. It can be sometimes the simplest maneuvers that win you the bout.
It's all in how you execute it. Irish whip reverse.
Duck of the clothesline.
Swinging DDT, going for it.
Big time leg lariat. Mattson was in the air and ate the leg of Xsiris.
Like he was going for a move and Xsiris countered it. Xsiris right now one step ahead.
Shot to the back from Xsiris. And now trying to mount some offense. Hooks for a big suplex, almost drops him on the official, and is going to stay with him and attempt a second. Xsiris looking to make a series out of these.
Looks like Simon Diamond series.
That's exactly right. Drops him with a slingshot. And Xsiris is going to take to the air for the first time in this bout. Springs off.
Big springboard leg drop by Xsiris. Where did he find the energy? These guys have a lot more energy than what I've been giving them credit for.
That's exactly right. I think like you said, you can rest the rest of the week, but tonight you've got to bring your A game and nothing less.
And that's what Xsiris is doing, and so is Nate Mattson.
Mattson sent all the way to the floor on that leg drop. Mattson looking to regroup on the outside. Xsiris finally getting a chance to breathe, getting a chance to rest inside the ring. But is he going to take another big chance? It looks as so. Twisting dive, and Xsiris eats the pavement.
Finds nothing but the floor. It's high-risk maneuvers. They can either, when you go for broke, they're going to win you everything, or as we've seen with Xsiris, he's going to do nothing but find the floor.
I've been at ringside for a number of Xsiris' matches, and you never know when Xsiris is going to take to the air. Complete reckless abandon, no regard for his body. But in a tournament of this magnitude, you have to be thinking not only of the match you're in, but of the match you'll be in the next round.
Again, what we talked about before, it's going to be a chess match. You got to look ahead, try to look ahead, but you don't want to look too far ahead because somebody like Nate Mattson or anybody in this tournament can sneak a victory.
Mattson springboards and dives onto Xsiris. And a hush falls over the Carolina Sports Arena. Katie Kincaid now leaving the ring to check on both competitors. Mattson is back on his feet. Mattson is back on his feet. I see no sign of Xsiris on the other side of the floor. Xsiris now starting to get back to his feet.
Slowly. Nate Mattson's helping him back up. I can't understand it. Well, you can't win.
I agree with you. I think I'd be more inclined to take a count out and move on to the next round.
Yeah, whatever it takes to win. You don't actually have to pin him.
Xsiris, I know for a fact, wrestling in the Mid-Atlantic region is taking this tournament extremely seriously. He feels like this is his crowd. Double underhook impaler going for the DUI and connects. Xsiris hits the DUI but cannot make the cover immediately.
The crossbody took a little too much out of him. He can't go for the cover. I can't understand why he's not going for a cover and going for the win now.
Xsiris hit his move, but is going to go to the top. Xsiris wants to prove the point and make the statement in his hometown crowd here in Burlington at the Carolina Sports Arena. Goes up top. 450, and Xsiris eats the AWA logo on the canvas. Xsiris has been taking this tournament extremely seriously and wanted to prove his dominance in the Carolinas, but that 450 could have just cost Xsiris the opportunity.
Now Nate Mattson, he's going for broke, it seems like.
Mattson finished off his opponent last night with that guillotine leg drop, could be going for it again. Xsiris takes the shortcut and sends Katie Kincaid into the ropes to trip up Nate Mattson. Normally, you can't really advocate that, but in a tournament of this magnitude, you really have to do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes to win.
Xsiris on the second rope, could be going for a superplex. Mattson put away his second round opponent last night with a guillotine leg drop off the top. Trying to fight his way out of that superplex.
What are these guys going for? Looking for the top rope superplex. This would definitely...
Mattson is trying to make Xsiris lose his balance up there. Mattson is trying to throw Xsiris off the ropes. Oh, DDT off the top.
This has got to be it.
And that will do it. Nate Mattson advances to the semifinals with a DDT off the ropes, and the Carolina Sports Arena is silenced as Xsiris goes out in the quarterfinal round.